guys, thanks for coming back. It's Jeff, WaywardCityGames.com. Today I'm joined with Jesse.
And what is this you have in front of me right now?
I have Purple Eos. For all of our Eos fans out there, I know I'm one of them. And I have found my favorite way to play Eos is with purple. Why purple, you might ask?
That's what I'm asking.
It just accelerates the draw. It accelerates cards and trash for the level 6 Eoses when Digivolving effect. And it just provides such good versatility. And one fun surprise for you. Look at this beautiful stack that you can create in the raising area. Excuse me, I guess you would have the 5 in the raising area, Digivolve outside. But isn't that just the greatest stack you've ever seen?
Nope.
Let's get into the deck profile. All right, guys, so we're going to start off with the low end. Playing 4 of the staple in purple. If you're a purple player, I'm sure you already love this card. Demimera. Great on deletion. Draw 1, trash 1. What more do you need in Eos? You want to get cards in your hand. You want to put Eoses in the trash. So that way you can use the When Digivolving effect and have all the pieces that you need in a sometimes inconsistent deck. So this definitely helps. I am playing...
Wait, hold on. Did you just say that Eosmon is the most inconsistent deck?
I did not say it's the most inconsistent deck. I said sometimes it can be a little inconsistent, depending on
the deck that runs 25 of the same card is inconsistent? Okay, I'm just making sure I got that right. Okay.
So the Gabumon is a great level 3 for the deck. On deletion, draw 2, trash 1. Really helps filter your hands. Again, gets Eoses in the trash.
It's fair.
And let's just go into our next card, which is the level 4 Kogamon.
It's only 4 level 3s.
Only 4 level 3s.
Okay.
Eventually, I might experiment a little bit more as we get more and more dual color stuff, as we find stuff. But just the way this deck plays, playing a high number of level 5s and a high number of Tamers, you do want to find your room where you need to. And it is kind of a deck where you throw down a 5 and see what happens, right? So this is just one way you can get to your level 5. You can build a level 5 Eos in raising area using this stack right here. And you can also give it retaliation.
Oh,
how great of a retaliation is that Kogamon?
That's pretty good.
A purple-green level 6, or excuse me, purple-green level 4, and then you can Digivolve to an Eos, swing your retaliation Eos into an opponent's body, and spawn another body when this is attacks.
Well, I guess we need to look at your level 5s then.
Yes.
Or do you have more? You have level 4.
I do have another level 4.
It just has a similar name.
And just for those of you guys that are wondering, we will be updating this deck profile in EX3 when we do get that new purple-green Dark Tyrannomon. Stay tuned to the channel for updates on that. So let's talk about our next level 4. Playing 4 level 4 Eosmons. Big surprise, right?
Surprise.
This card can be sometimes a little punishing right now in the current meta with a lot of people running Tamers. I don't think it's bad as a hybrid format, but it still can give your opponent sometimes that unneeded edge. But you really do need Tamers on the field. Both your opponents and yours really help your deck, and it helps your level 6 Eosmon. The level 6 Eosmon does say both sides of the field for Tamer count. So you really do want to play this as a 4 of. Really helps when you need, just to get started real quick. You don't want to give your opponent a lot of memory. You really want to just get a body and a Manoa on the field, so that way you can start setting up your plays. Do not recommend playing any less than 4.
And I think it's a little less threatening in this format than it was in BT7, where you're like, well, I'm going to help them play a Tamer. Well,
absolutely.
In BT7, that's a little more dangerous because you really don't want to get more Tommies on the board. But nowadays, it's a little bit less threatening because the hybrid threat is a little less real.
So let's talk about level 5s then, shall we?
I guess.
We're talking Eosmon for days.
How many you got in there?
I run 15 right now.
15.
I run 15. The reason why I run 15 is because of the missed memory boost. You are trashing cards. You do draw a card. You do have some draw power, so sometimes they might end up in the trash when you don't need them to. So I'm going a little bit higher than maybe most Eosmon decks list play, but I've been really liking 15.
I think 15's a happy medium. I've seen some decks up to like 22.
I know. I think 22 is a little too much.
I do too.
You can go down to 14. I was okay with 14 as well. I just went 15 for a little bit more consistency to help sometimes it's an inconsistent deck. But I've been very happy with this. Hard to play in Eos turn 1 if you have to. Hopefully you can do the level 4 Eos instead, or you can build a stack in raising, whatever it may be. But This deck's biggest weakness is if you play that level 5 Eos, your main removal comes from the level 6, right? So you have to be able to keep them on board. So your opponent can't easily snipe this body. And the purple with the Koga does help you build in the raising area for when you need it. Green also does that very well too, but the purple is just so fast and getting cards in trash, getting cards in hand, that this level 6 Eos becomes a threat almost immediately. So let's move on.
Yeah, I've played this deck against you multiple times, and it blows my mind how fast that you can delete any body, and we'll get into that.
If you have not tried Purple Eos, try it. It is insanely fast.
It is
much
fast.
faster way. So I am playing only these 4 Eoses for my level 6.
Great card.
I know the other EOS level 6 that buffs the DP is a tempting card, but I find that you don't need it. You don't have the room for it. All you really want to do when you get this EOS on the field is have the removal with the effect. So for those of you who don't know how the When Digivolving effect works, for each Tamer in play, you can put 1 EOS level 4 or level 5 from your trash underneath this. And then if you put at least 2 cards, you delete an opponent's Digimon. So what that really helps with the deck is, let's say you have a Missed Memory Boost. Let's say you have a Manoa as well on the field. So you can go to 5, right? And then you either have your EOS here on the field. As long as you can get into this 6, you can then, crack the boost, go to 5, right? And then you can Digivolve, or you can swing first, play another one, whatever. You just need to be able to do this EOS when you need to be able to, right? Or let's say you have no board besides a Manoa and a Missed Memory Boost. Crack the boost, go to 5, hard play a level 5, delete a body.
Yep.
1 turn. This Missed Memory Boost changes the way that this Eosmon deck plays. Basically, the entire reason it goes purple. Great card. I'll get into it a little bit more here in a sec. Definitely, you guys should try this out.
And the thing that shocked me that I forgot about that Eosmon is that there is not a level requirement on that on deletion.
Absolutely not.
He can delete a Death X, man. That thing is... that blew my mind when you did that.
Threats.
I was like, you're going to delete my Omnimon with that thing?
Yep. It's just too good of a card.
Crazy.
Let's get into Tamers. Tamers are a very important part of this deck. I'm playing 4 Manoa. I know 4 might seem a lot for memory Tamers. Generally, I would recommend 3 depending on the deck. You need 4 Manoas.
For the search.
You need it because for the search, exactly. It really helps get your hand growing, gives you card targets to trash when you need to trash. It's a great memory setter for this deck in general, right? You need 4. You want to be able to open up, ideally, turn 1, Manoa, the level 4 EOS, so you want to maximize that possibility. Another great Tamer for this deck. Analog Youth. This is our favorite Tamer, right?
I love it now.
It's our favorite Tamer.
It took me a while to come around to it, but man, that card is so good. If you're playing anything purple, Jessmon, Machine Dramon, anything where you want cards in the trash, that has to be the boy on the field.
And probably contender for best alt art in the game.
It's so nice.
Such a good card. Analog Youth, right? On play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon to hand, trash the remaining cards. This is great. You need to have 2 EOSs in trash. They have to be the level 4, level 5, any combination of them, right? And you have to have 2 Tamers on the board, both you and your opponent total, in order to trigger the deletion effect, or when Digivolving to delete something effect. That is the core of this deck, right? This Analog Youth helps you get there so quickly. 1 Analog Youth, you could reveal 3 of the level 5 EOSs, 2 go to trash, 1 go to your hand, you're now set up. So definitely recommend 4 of the Analog Youth. It's just such a great Tamer for this deck. It's part of the core, right?
My favorite part about that, too, is say you do... Because you are going to go into that level 6 EOS, and you're going to have that fat stack of DP boosts underneath it. So your opponent has to kill it.
Yes.
If you have 4 Analog Youths out, you're
getting
a 4 memory right off the bat.
It's so great.
The synergy is amazing. The only sad thing is when someone goes black or gray and kills 3 of them, and you just cry.
And you know what? Sometimes when that happens, it just happens. You can't do nothing about it, right? Or it does suck. This deck does play a lot of Tamers, so you kind of are in Death X range. So it's just something to be careful of. Know your opponent, what they're playing, or just be prepared to respond when they do that.
But Death X isn't terribly... The Digivolving's not terribly dangerous because you're pretty much all level 5s.
Exactly. So I'm avoiding the level 4 deletion, but
the end of your turn that's scary.
That is very scary for this deck. All right, guys, let's talk about our last Tamer.
Okay.
So I'm playing a 3 of Takumi.
That old girl.
Yeah.
Boys.
Oh, you could choose the gender in Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
I guess that's true.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's like, sorry, I don't watch the show as much as you.
So Takumi, I have tried different cards in this spot. I've tried Digimon Emperor. I even tried, when I first was talking about doing purple, I even tried doing Alice instead.
Oh, that's spicy.
Alice with 4 Dobers as a level 4. And I liked it, but it was still lacking that, just what you needed, right?
Yeah.
So what's great about this, Takumi, is, right, there's a lot of people in this format, especially in the alpha decks, right, where they hard play their Doru, they hard play their Ryudomon, and then they start swinging with it. Well, this can punish them for swinging with that early to make them lose that memory, change the way they play their turn. And this is great for us because it gets cards drawn quickly into hand.
And I really like that card, and I think that it's going to make a comeback eventually. I think that card is a sleeper card, and those alt-arts are eventually going to go up. I think that it's going to be something in future sets that people, like if Rookie Rush makes a comeback because it comes back like cancer every single time. That has always been a card where I'm like, I need a full set of the alt-arts just because I think that it's going to be something. Because it's so good in Zoo, too. Mm-hmm. When you can get that to go off, because you get that extra draw. It did go down a little bit in popularity when the Calumons came out, because Calumons kind of give you the same thing. They're just out there to a little bit more dangerous, but I love that card. I think, you know what it is? I think when we get white hybrids.
If
and when we get white hybrids, I think that Takumi's will make a comeback.
If we ever get white hybrids, this deck will be uploaded within that day of it being revealed. Stay tuned, right?
Let's go.
So the reason why I am focusing on white Tamers is our level 4 Eosmon.
Yep.
Level 4 Eosmon allows you to play a white Tamer. Both its win attacking and heritable, which is great when you evolve on top of it, or if you have this level 6 and you've tucked these underneath. It only really plays white Tamers. So I'm focusing on white Tamers to maximize the return. Minoa is an absolute part of the core part of the deck. Analog Youth, core part of the deck. This Takumi, if you decide you like Digimon Emperor a little bit more, feel free to give that a shot. Or if you find any other white Tamer, I remember when the deck first came out, before we had the Analog Youth, I was using the Ty and Matt combo just to get 2 extra memory. That the Miss Memory Boost does a little bit better.
I think so too.
But there's different ways to play the deck for sure. So these are the Tamers. Now we're going to end the deck with just our options.
If you can ever get an Omnimon that can Digivolve on white level 6s,
there we go.
That time might make a comeback.
So now if you do want to play level 7s, talking about that, you could play a Susanomon in the deck. You could make some room for that, but I don't think it's needed.
Well, you're forgetting about the other one that can Digivolve on level 6 white.
Armageddonmon.
Yeah, boy.
You could play an Armageddonmon too, guys, if you really want. Let me know if you guys try it. Let me know what you think in the comments.
I mean, it would shut down your Death X Digivolve. It would shut down your Ordinemon.
So let's talk about our options now, shall we?
Let's go.
So I'm playing 8 options in this deck.
You went back to the cutting edge.
I went back to the cutting edge.
Okay.
So let's talk about the cutting edge first. The reason why I went back to this cutting edge is the way this meta works, the way this format works, there's so much deletion, so much removal in this game right now.
Yep.
Having cutting edge trigger insecurity and just being able to play in level 5 Eosmon, so then the turn after you can respond with your level 6 Eos, it's just been so good for me. I really did not use this for a while until about maybe a couple weeks ago or last week. I think I put it in.
Yeah, I remember you were on the fence about it.
Yeah, I was really on the fence about it. And, originally my build before this had the 4 Dobermons in that spot. And I was playing the Alice instead of the Takumis. But I went back to the cutting edge because I just found if I could just figure out how to get a level 5 EOS on board quicker or have them more consistently on board or whatever, just with the amount of removal this game has, that I can turn the game around. So this cutting edge, I do think I've been really liking the cutting edge. It does have removal, but the way I'm talking about it is like it doesn't even exist, right? It's more for the ability to get that Eosmon on the field.
It's essentially like a Flame Hell Scythe, but for white, right?
Yeah.
Kind of
like a Flame Hell Scythe, maybe a worse version, or
definitely worse, but different.
Almost thinking of it as playing a security Digimon, a security Eos, right?
Absolutely.
So that's why I went to 4, the cutting edge. Last set before the Miss Memory Boost, I was playing the Schwartz, that purple option, that 6 cost for each Tamer, delete an opponent's level 5 or lower.
Oh, that Schwartz.
Yeah.
Okay.
That card, insanely good in this deck. You play a lot of Tamers. You can fully utilize that card. If you decide that your meta has a bunch of level 5 and belows that are coming at you quickly, that card will do a lot of work. I found right now with the way the meta is kind of more singular stack, right?
Yeah.
That the Eosmon has been enough removal as long as I can get to it when I need to.
I think that's smarter because, like you said, the meta right now isn't really wide boards; it's giant tall stacks.
Giant tall stacks. Yep.
Which I like.
Yeah.
I'm happy we're back to that.
It's way more fun, right?
It's way more fun.
So Mist Memory Boost. This card is the whole reason to play purple in this deck. This card, I have been obsessed with fitting. I'm sure in the next couple videos you see on our channel, you will see plenty of engines using this Mist Memory Boost with purple. This is such a great card. Trash 2 from your deck, draw 1. So yes, sometimes you can trash some things you don't need, but that's just bad luck. That's why we run multiple copies of our key cards, 4 of the level 6 Eos, 4 of the Tamers, you know, except for the Takumi, of course. So yes, the Mist Memory Boost, great card. And you can crack it to gain 2 memory. Like I said, when you have the Minnow on the field, you're at 3, crack a boost, go to 5.
Yeah, boom, boom.
Hard play, level 5 Eos, be at 0, Digivolve, remove a body.
There you go.
Mist Memory Boost, so good to this deck. And that's it for my deck profile, guys. Stay tuned. I'll have a nice, pretty image all laid out, and we'll give you our closing thoughts. All right, guys. My favorite way to play Eosmon, purple. We love, or at least I love, the Eos gimmick. It's such a fun way to play. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Please let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel as well. We'll be sure to have updates on this deck and many others as future sets